Okay, I'm speaking with Seth. We're at the Dallas Safari Club. We have Big Ben, who's going to step in a moment. Ben is the reloading maven, the expert, and I've only known Seth by telephone. I get out to Nebraska. By the way, my name is Michael Sabbeth. I'm with the Honorable Hunter. And I've worked with Hornady for many years. They've been very gracious. They've been generous to me in my articles. So Seth, tell us a little about some of your new bullet developments and where it's going, and particularly what's driving your company to continuously improve on your products.
Sure. I think probably the biggest bullet advancement that we have right now is our CX bullet, new for 2022. The CX bullet, it's a monolithic bullet, so it's a copper alloy constructed bullet. The reason we use that copper alloy on a hunting bullet like this is it really holds together. It holds its mass, and at 95, 96, 97% weight retention, it really helps the penetration. Now on that CX bullet, similar to our legacy product known as the GMX.
Yeah.
What's different is not the material, but some of the smaller features. The big one is...
I'm going to move it over.
The big...
Ben is holding this.
The big difference is the groove geometry. So at Hornady, we like to tinker. We like to advance things in small incremental steps. We like to find the smallest thing that we can find. And we started playing around with that groove geometry, and what we found is with this specific geometry, we can reduce the drag on the bullet when compared to the traditional geometry.
That's fascinating.
So if we reduce the drag on the bullet, it becomes more efficient. And it was so efficient, in fact, that it started to slightly deform the tip of that bullet in flight. So then we added our heat shield tip, which before was only available in our ELDX bullets.
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
so. Go ahead, Ben.
As an example of the geometry change, you could take a look at the groove geometry on the traditional GMX that we used to make. Now we're going to just replace that line with the CX line with the improved geometry and the heat shield tip, as Seth had mentioned. You see kind of a square groove there, more of a conical groove here.
Very interesting.
Yes.
And tell me, your clients, your customers, do they understand what you're doing? Do they appreciate it? Do they know?
I think so. I think we do a good job of explaining to them that, we have products and we have a research and development team, and whether or not the demand for our ammo is through the roof like it is right now and you can't find it anywhere, or whether there's ammo everywhere and it's a nickel a piece, we always are trying to develop a better product, whether that's a brand new product from scratch or it's a small incremental change on an existing bullet. And I think
you'll find, I think one of the reasons that we continue to tinker and make things better is because we are all hunters and shooters ourselves. Correct. I mean, what would you say, 95% of the employees at the factory are hunters and shooters themselves. So we're always trying to make things better, and through collaboration of different experiences in the field, we can decide what we need to make better and keep working towards that.
Maybe not to belabor the obvious, but specifically for your hunters, what's your goal? Why make the bullets better?
Sure. Well, in the case of the CX is a prime example. That monolithic material is dependent on velocity, as all other bullets, for expansion. And you need 2,000 feet per second of impact speed to make that bullet work. Well, if you're at 500, 400 yards away and you're not going to impact with that speed and you shoot anyway, you have a bullet that's not going to perform. So if we can reduce the drag, we can increase the effective range.
How interesting.
And we're trying to make small incremental changes to our product that make for a more ethical kill.
Period.
That's the key, isn't it, right there?
It's all about ethical kills.
You have my book, The Honorable Hunter, and I'm so proud, I'm so pleased to have a relationship with your company. And ultimately, that's what it is. How you help us hunters increase the odds of making an ethical shot.
And I know we spoke about this before, Michael, but the same reason that we did the ELDX line, the push for everybody to go further out there, long range. We needed a bullet to perform at that range.
That's right.
We rolled that same technology into the GMX bullet so we could have a good penetrating bullet that extended the range so that hunters could make more ethical shots.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for taking your time to chat with me, and I wish you a very successful safari club. And I'll be driving out there. I'll see you soon.
All right.
Sounds great.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
You bet. Take